Good evening and welcome to my Friday, the 22nd May War and Markets Update. First of all, thank you very much for the overwhelming response that with these iPods serving as microphones, the audio quality has been much better. Thanks a lot, and I will stick to this. So now the day today was again a very interesting day because three very important things happened. First is that oil was at $104, not a big move, but right from the beginning of the week, it's kind of strengthened from 112 to come down to 104. So what this has done is that it's put less pressure on the rupee, number one, slightly easing US yields, and the fact that RBI's intervention, the rupee has gained almost 1 rupee over the last 2 days. It has now come and settled down today at 95.69, and with swap points at 306, the future is showing 98.75, well below the 100 levels. So that's very positive news on the rupee. The second aspect is that the FIIs did not take very kindly to this, maybe because of the fact that any strengthening of the rupee means that the chance for it to depreciate further in the coming days is very high. See how contra they think. So they sold 4,400 crores today. And as we have seen the pattern, the day they sell 4,400 crores, they step it up, DIS step it up with 6,000 crores of buying. So clearly the pattern is very, very fixed. Now, the point is that retail today was booking profits or panicking, whichever way you look at it, because the large cap index was up marginally, about 0.2%. Mid cap index also was slightly uppish. Small cap index was down and micro cap was flat. And advance decline ratio was at 1500 either way, not very big tilt, slightly tilted in favor of advances. So clearly retail HNI today booked profits, whereas DIS supported and DIS bought the large caps which the FIIs sold. That's why you didn't see so much pressure down the cap curve. And what did they buy and what did they sell? Well, I told you that the rupee strengthened today. So naturally, that's against the exporter back. So IT and pharma, as expected, were the underperformers today. And I think today, a couple of results on the pharma also did not meet with expectations. What about on the what did well today? Well, surprise, surprise, the banking sector did very well. Private banks led the rally today strongly, smartly by PSU banks, and metals was a little bit of a part. So clearly, a very strong dominant in the sense of healthcare pulling down and IT to some extent, and private banks and banking pulling it up. The rest of the pack was hardly 0.2 to 0.3% up or down, right? So that's why I called it an interesting day. And now when you look at it, Mr. Marco Rubio, this US Secretary of State, he said that there's slight progress. Now the touching point on the geopolitical front is now boiled down to 2 points. One is the Hormuz Strait opening, on the charging the fees for the opening, which Iran wants to insist on. In fact, they claim to have, with IRGC's coverage, about 35 vessels seem to have passed, which Trump says that, no, I don't want you to charge, it's free, it shall be free. And second is where the nuclear stockpile will go and stay. These are the only two sticking points. So the market seems to have read this a bit positively, but all of this does indicate that we might be closer to a war solution than before, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Now, today is Friday, so I don't want to talk about Monday. When I do my weekly review on Sunday, I'll come back with what we outlook for the week, because over the next 48 hours, a lot of water can flow under the bridge, right? So thank you. And once again, thank you for your feedback on the audio, and look forward to my weekly review on Sunday night or Monday morning. Goodbye.